disclaimer, drip is a life changer. Now all I do is chill and write bangers. Morph into the green like the White Ranger. Taking my block to the top just like Jenga. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make some change like drip coasted. Posting like daily, put you under hypnosis. Fuck around with another dev and get ghosted. It's hopeless. We so bullish like Mike Jordan. All the fun fading away is quite enormous. Building a bridge, kinda like a chorus for those missing in action like Chuck Norris. Run for it, run away, don't come back. We stick together, on point like thumbtacks. Grab the Iron Man, they gone from one snap. Going hard for the network, that's a fun fact. Danger, step on up and get roasted. I'm just trying to make...
Yo, what's up? If anybody's out there, let me know if you can hear me and how the levels are. I might be just talking to myself. Not sure. But yeah, trying this out. What up, Slice? I see you in the chat. I had your fire beat at the end. Hope I gave it some credibility, some justice. Stole the other songs from SoundCloud or Academic Sounds. Try to mix those in together. So yeah. Anywho, yeah, this is my new attempt at talking about just the stuff that people in the ecosystem may not want to talk about. And it's about FUD. So addressing people's fears, addressing their uncertainties, addressing their doubts. As the video I mentioned or came out earlier, it's really about thank Korean Princess, Mike check, good, appreciate that. So yeah, it's about me understanding that in all the businesses that I've run, I've had to actually address people's fear, uncertainties, and doubt in order for them to purchase from me, or if they purchased and they weren't happy, to ensure that they still had a positive experience and it didn't affect the business negatively, like I've mentioned before about Amazon reviews and stuff like that. So to me, giving a space for this in a no holds bar kind of like open mic forum. I know you guys can't get on and chat, but I feel like there needs to be some space for that. Like it just doesn't exist. And I cannot sit by and live in an ecosphere, man. Like it just makes no sense. I see what's happening globally with the ecosphere, and yeah, it's just spilling into other areas that goes against my moral compass. And I'm like, this is ridiculous, man. We got to do something about this personally. But for those that don't, they can sit in the ecosphere and it's cool. But yeah, for me, it's so if you guys got any questions, any fears, any uncertainties, any doubts, I know right now, let's see, I woke up and nothing has been updated from what I saw. I don't know if you guys saw this message. It was in my chat, so I'll share it on screen. It's not from the team per se, and I was just told that this is just somebody else. So basically it's forwarded from Christoph, and he said the team are currently spending 9 to 10 hours a day, development meetings, everyone putting in absolutely 100%. We're getting extremely close, but evidently have ran into a few problems which have now been ironed out. I understand your point about communication. So I don't know who he was talking to there, but somebody asked probably, where's communication at? We just don't want to make any announcement without being able to show any concrete progress, as it can come across as ingenuine and ruin credibility for the future. However, a little update, all bugs that were found have All bugs that were found have now been fixed, and manual and stress testing is scheduled for today and being led by Sasha. We have pulled developers from most projects to get this done, and I think we should have a concrete update on how testing went later on today, early tomorrow. So this was last night for me, just under 12 hours ago for you guys in total. And this came from some guy named Christoph. So Nick forwarded from another chat. I think it was in the rocket science chat. And then I don't know how this Christoph person got it, but they told me he's one of the people in the German community that's big on drip. So either way, this is the only update that we've gotten so far. And this is exactly what I expressed in one of the other videos. It's like as a community, you have to have people literally in dozens of chats to just scour through and hope to get a nugget of information so that they can collect it and send it to their community. And then somebody like me has to then put it out for content. And of course, not everybody in Drip watches my channel. So imagine the amount of people that actually are sitting on the sidelines and have no actual information. Like, it's no wonder the chart looks the way it does when not everybody is in Forex Shark calls. We do now have a Discord, but I don't think it was properly disseminated. Not all of the people are in the Drip Telegram. I think that one has the most by far, 30,000 members. So that's a pretty good representation. I believe we have 30 to 50,000. So a decent amount are in Telegram, but Telegram is just a horrible place to get information because in here you just have so much data coming in and a lot of memes and GIFs. Like, how do you filter through and find the nuggets of gold? Unless, of course, it's pinned. So it's just, for anyone that's in the project, it's frustrating to try to figure out what's going on, what's not, what the updates are. So it would make perfect sense why there would be fear and uncertainty and doubt when people have no idea what the information is on the project. Now let's break this message apart because it does have some pieces of validity. So first and foremost, Sasha is like the GOAT when it comes to development and recovering wallets. So if you ever have a problem with a compromised wallet, you can reach out to Sasha 3333, and what he does is he basically puts the wallet into his current script and tries to claim out before the other bots claim out, and at least in that way you can recover some of the funds. And he's proven to be quite reliable with that and trustworthy. So it's good to see him on the team and doing some stuff. Let's check the chats real quick. Let's see, I got Cole. What up, Cole? Sounded good. Appreciate that. Drip Gardner. Hey, what up, Drip Gardner? And Julius Mingo. What up? What up? Nice to have you guys on the stream. So back over to this message. This is the latest and the only message I got. And again, can't really verify where it came from or who it came from because it just forwarded to me, but it sounds pretty credible. So it says the team is currently spending 9 to 10 hours a day. So I also heard from Ray that there's a bunch of people on the team and it's kind of an all hands on deck, Hails Mary approach to pushing Drip out the front door. I'm sorry, pushing Triple D out the front door. So there is stuff being done, but we don't know exactly what. And the piece that I kind of take pause with is this. I understand the point about communication. We just don't want to make an announcement without being able to show any concrete progress. It can come across as ingenuine and ruin credibility for the future. So this actually, to me, makes no sense because the communication doesn't have to be, hey, we're ready for a launch. Communication to me is about saying, here's what we're doing. Here's what we found. Here's what we think the problems are going to be. Here's how long we think it might take. Here's where we're going to circle back and let you know updates on said problem. Like, that would give people a lot to have a little bit of hopium in and buy off of. So I don't think it does anything. It for certainly doesn't come off as ingenuine, because if you're being honest and upfront saying, yo, this shit is broken and we had no idea, and even show, like, you know, some of the progress or some of the scripts being run, like put some videos out, some clips, something that doesn't give away anything, but damn, let the community know that you're actually working in the background, because unfortunately all we got the last updates, and we come back to the announcements, for the people that are actually only able to get just the announcements, it was June 16th. We made a ton of progress. So here we are literally 7 days later, and that ton of progress, we have no additional updates. So it's frustrating. As I mentioned before, maybe FUD could be frustrated, upset, and disappointed. But I personally think FUD is healthy. And as I showed you guys, if you didn't see my video already, FUD from the 1970 definition that originally came from IBM was all about people actually, other companies using it to spread misinformation and sow seeds of distrust. So if someone that is in drip is actually asking, when is triple D gonna launch? Why is the price of drip down so much? Why is development taking so long? These are not people sowing seeds of distrust. These are people that are in and they really want to know what the hell is up with their investment. Like, that makes perfect sense. And we should entertain those people. Well, let me take that back, because Tony Robbins says, if you should all over yourself. So I can't say what other people should do. I can say what I'm going to do. And I am going to answer those questions as best as I can and create a space for people to share those fears, those uncertainties, and those doubts, because I personally think it's healthy. I know I'm going up against the masses that do not embrace that terminology and a positive sentiment, but that's the growth mindset and anti-fragile ideology I've adopted. I know not everybody else is going to see it that way, and that's cool. I don't want everybody else to see it that way. I can be my own in that regard. Let's see if we got any questions. They're probably too scared to make half an announcement after the train wreck that has been the last few announcements. Yeah, facts. But it's like they don't have to announce we're launching. They don't have to announce a actual launch date or a timer. All they have to do is say, here's what's been going on. Like this message here in the Forex Shark calls gave us a little bit of that. So that was cool. So it's like after testing 1,900 lines of code, we had to get 2 additional developers. The DAO members have been doing stuff. Cool. So that was great. This is literally an announcement with an update that the community could get behind, But then here we go another 7 days later, and we don't see anything. So, and it's also the word choice. So it's like we've made a ton of progress. To the outside in, a person who is just looking for the progress, the project to launch, a ton of progress, you don't see any of that because all the stuff that's being done is behind the scenes. So it's all the prep work. It's all the reading of code, the auditing, the testing, all these different scripts and stuff being run. Right. But to the outside in, the community, they're just like, hey, Triple D was announced back in February. We were told it was 100% ready to go. And here we are 4 months later, and we have a ton of progress being made. Like, how much more progress can you make on something that was, quote unquote, 100% ready to go? That's the issue, because these words have meaning. And then he doesn't follow up with clarity to give people that understanding of what he actually meant by that. So those are the things that need to be addressed, in my opinion, in a more routine. Like I mentioned in the video before, I think like a social media manager or a PR manager, somebody that is close to Forex that can literally get tweets out or something once a day. Because at least on Twitter, everybody would have access to Twitter. Okay, not everybody has Twitter. Not everybody has Telegram. Not everybody has YouTube. But either way, so let's just say this content social media manager or someone was able to put out one piece of content on Twitter, one on the Forex Shark calls, and one on YouTube. So now it's in 3 different places. So at least now the entire community would be able to cycle through this and have something, because Forex is a developer. He's a visionary. He's not a community manager. So if somebody else could take up that mantle and put this stuff out, then that would probably remove a lot of the frustration within the community, a lot of the negative sentiment, a lot of the moaning and groaning, because people are looking for their investment to, start to see positive price action. The market's recovered a little bit. So all in all, we're still in the bottom somewhere, and people still think there's another leg down until we break, I think it's 30,500 and hold it, according to Garrett Soloway. But we're down 50% from all-time highs of Bitcoin, a little over 50%. So that's not a bad place to be if we could trade sideways for the global market. But we're not seeing the same respective amounts in our drip price appreciation. Let's see, what do we got in the chats? LCM, what up? Shouts out to you. Hello, coach. Slice, no one likes to sell wolf tickets. 100%. I don't think they should. I just think, okay, again, I can't say what they should do. I can say what I would prefer. I don't want to be sold wolf tickets. I just want to be told what the hell is going on. And I think that can be done in a way that is just being transparent, personally. Armios. If Ray and a dev worked on Triple D, then the last few messages were kind of throwing them under the bus. I felt the same way. I know I personally, and maybe that would be my ego, I personally would have taken this with a little bit of, slight. Because this right here, Triple D went from a half-baked idea to a product that will stand the test of time. Like, he could have worded that differently, in my opinion, because if I was the dev that worked on this, and if I was Josh, who is solely responsible for putting this out and getting some hope back into the drip community, remember, without Josh, there would be zero drip development. All we would have right now is the drip UI. Everybody forgets that. They're all like excited about Triple D, and as they should be. But remember, the only reason we have Triple D is because of a community member who was in the DAO and was like, yo, let's do something. He saw what the buy and burn challenge did in December and said, what if we just do like this little lottery scratch ticket kind of thing, or whatever the case may be. So if it were not for Josh and for him being super vocal in the DAO, and then Ray deciding to co-sign exactly what he was doing, then we would not have this hopium that we have now. Yes, granted, maybe Forex, not maybe, but apparently Forex cleaned this up and made it more sustainable. But we wouldn't be here if it were not for the DAO members, community members. Let's just call them what they are, community members. There would be zero development on drip right now. We'd have the drip UI, and then we'd be sitting on Piggy Plinko and the NFT for the dog pound and all this other stuff. So drip, like I put in my video way back early January, we'd be sitting at 10 cents. We are lucky to be holding this floor, because the only reason we've seen, 15 million drip get purchased since January is because of the speculation and hopium that came from Triple D. The proof is in the pudding. We go back here and go to January. I've showed you guys this before, because the announcement for Triple D came after this. January, we were sitting at 1.7 million drip in liquid supply. There was zero hopium in the community. You got to call it like it is. That hopium came because of what Josh put out there and what the DAO started building and the hype for Triple D. And then we bounced out of that February 14 low of 22 cents because of the Triple D announcement. And what was our liquid supply and drip at that time? We didn't go up that much. So it's like we were sitting around 1.7 for quite some time. We'll go here, February 14th. So yeah, we added another 700K in over a month. That ain't bad. Because remember, we first started minting in June or July of 2022. So to go from July 2022 all the way to January 1 and have 1.7 million drip, then go another month and a half and add 700K, that's not a lot. So since the hopium was injected in the community 100% by Josh and Ray with Triple D, we added another, and this is not a positive thing, don't get me wrong, but we added from 2.4 million liquid drip supply to now 13 million. So we added 10 million liquid supply in drip. Almost, we'll just call it 11. Yeah, it's about 11 million liquid supply in drip. So where do you think that came from? That was people buying in, buy the new groomer, sell the news. They're like, okay, Triple D's about to launch. Okay, Triple D's about to launch. So they're buying and they're hoping for a pump to sell. And rightfully so, because at least that puts some liquidity back into the ecosystem. And we also ended up with more in the tax vault. I'm sorry, yeah, the tax vault and in the Faucet, and of course in the actual supply of the contract. But again, make no mistake, this was 100% because of the community. So the point I was getting at is that I agree with Armios that to me was definitely throwing some shade, in my opinion. Every single week, big week for us. Yep, we get the same announcement. Where we at? Dude, according to everything I've read in the messages, they got like 30 devs working on Drip now. They add more devs every week and very little progress. Yeah, I can't argue with that, Drip Gardner. This is exactly the point of communication. So we go back to these announcements. So it's great to have this information, but when you say that there's more devs being added and that there's a ton of progress and that people are working, where was it, 9 to 10 hours a day, it's like, cool, that's great. I love to hear that, but can you show me some of that? Don't make me wait another week to get the same message, basically. So again, this was the most up-to-date, most information we've seen. That's great. I would love to see again some scripts being run. Make it look like the Matrix, you know. We won't know the difference, but if you just showed a screen of like some code or something being, you know, scrambled and run through and a bunch of zeros and ones and stuff like that, be like, oh snap, this is great. Like the community would be fine with that. It doesn't even have to be the real code being tested, but if it just came from Forex or somebody on the development team, that would show some execution of what's being done and worked on. And I guarantee a lot of people would be super excited about that, even though we can't read that to save our lives. No different than coming over to the blockchain and reading the contract. Most people can't read this stuff. But when somebody comes on screen and tells you, yeah, this means that, that means that, people are like, cool, I accept it. I could literally come to any Solidity contract, hide this part up here that says driptoken.sol, which is the contract name, and I could tell you whatever I want in here for the like 99% of the community. And they'd be like, yeah, okay, all right, cool. That makes sense. Yep. They would co-sign that. And that would be, you know, giving some hopium. So to me, it's not hard to show a little bit of progress because, or at least what's going on behind the scenes so that people can have some validation on the statements being made. Because again, we get you see him in the other chat. So when I had to pull those messages together, he was in the crypto winner circle. So you see he's actually active in other chats. But the issue is, most people are not going to come through here, go through all the chats and try to find Forex's comments and then filter through which ones are related to Drip. So like he's got all sorts of stuff, random stuff, as you know, throughout the day of whatever he's watching, whatever he's listening to. He's talking about the Fresh and Fit podcast, you know, music, all this stuff. And then you'll find one information about Drip because somebody will ask him. They're like, okay, cool. He's in a talkative mood. Let me throw out a Drip question, which is great. And then you get some information on Drip. But prior to that, you won't know. Nobody's going to know because you're not in this chat. And even if you are, as I said, Telegram is the worst place to get information because, of course, you can do what I did. You can go through, search for the name, and then scroll through, and it's a hell of a lot quicker than just scrolling through 1,800, 1,900 messages a day. But we shouldn't have to do that within the community to get updates, in my opinion, of course. There should be again, I keep saying should. I got to remove that vernacular from my vocabulary, but I don't know any other way to phrase it. Don't say this in Drip chat. Braylon Jones. Yeah, facts. We know I get it what the Drip chat is for. There's, again, people just believe that having one specific narrative is the best for your project. I don't believe that. I was never raised that way. I embrace criticism. I believe you can put the best things out when you have people telling you the truth and telling you where your weaknesses are. Especially in sports, right? You see that. Why do you think you have a team? Why do you think you have a coach? But that goes in any area of self-development. Again, in my humble opinion, if you were going through school and the teacher didn't tell you suck, Johnny, learn to spell better, then you would have thought everything was great. You know, if he didn't tell you 2 + 2 was not 5 and they just lied to you and be like, that's great. Good job for trying, you know, then, or they just told you you're right. Congratulations. You're the smartest person in the room. Then we'd have a bunch of dumb people in the world. So you need constructive criticism. You need some people to get in your face and tell you the ugly truth, whether you like it or not. I believe that. I know there's a lot of soft people in society now because everybody gets a trophy for participation and nobody loses and all that stuff. So I think that's the global problem. That bigger problem has just spread into crypto. People are just soft. They have no backbone, no spine, and they can't accept anything that goes against their own personal narrative because it shadows their very validation of who they are as an individual. Drip Gardner, devs on devs on devs, stacks on stacks on stacks, facts on facts on facts. So if it was that much of a shit show, is the silence to preserve Ray's representation? That's speculation. I have no idea. So I can't say anything regarding the development that what Ray and them put in, how much of it was done. All we can ever go off of is what we were told. So Ray did clarify that the picture or image that they had for it was definitely not as clean, as robust as what it is now, and that quote unquote Forex put the secret sauce on it. But I personally, again, this is me, I think even putting out a quote unquote half-baked idea would have been better than trying to shoot for whatever this is. Like, we don't know. I can't say that. I'm just giving my personal opinion from what I've seen in other projects and other communities. I've seen much more shittier things get put out and the community just apes because all these degens want is something to click a few buttons on and see if this dashboard money goes up. And doing that will get people more excited. And then they could have cleaned up everything else afterwards, again, in my humble opinion. So that's why I am pushing for this collaboration over competition idea, because there is a need for the super clean UIs and super innovative projects and all that stuff. I personally don't believe that need is now. I used to think that's what we needed for crypto to see massive adoption and all that, but we're still so early in the adoption cycle, the S-curve adoption, that the people here don't care. They don't care about any of that. You could put out a damn Solidity contract for tic-tac-toe, you know, for Foursquare, or what is that? 4 in a row or whatever that, Connect 4. Matching games. Like, I guarantee you those they're going to get liquidity put in them because people just want a place to play this magic internet money and hope that it goes up. So if you do that, then you'll keep the energy and you'll keep the focus within the community. So I think we need both. I agree that long-term things like this are 100% needed. And of course, safety definitely needs to be paramount because people don't want to get rugged. But even with that, I've seen people literally get rugged and still support a legitimate rug pulled token. They're like, yo, we can do this with it. Let's do this. Because people are emotional, man. You cannot control them and want them to all act logically and let them all act with, you know, reading tokenomics and charts. So you can literally lie to people, scam them, rug pull them, and then tell them in the same breath that you're launching another token and they will get into it. So don't try to rationalize it. Don't try to be like, you guys are idiots, so what are you doing? No, leverage it. That's the energy in the space. Don't be upset about it. Be about it. Use it. And that's what we're missing. So they're not staying focused here. As I showed you guys, 70% of the community's tapped out. They haven't done anything with their drip bags, sitting with less than 100 drip, which is crazy at these prices. Drip got down to 22 cents. And if somebody was tapped in, they could have bought 100 drip for, what is that, 40 bucks? And they didn't. Why? Because they went and gambled somewhere else, because they just stopped paying attention, because it just wasn't shiny enough. That's just the facts. You can see it in the price appreciation. You can see it in the number of people hydrating, compounding, the wallets that are moving. All the data's there. You know, no other way to look at it. What else we got in the chats? Glad to see we got some more engagement here. So it sounds like people do want to get some questions answered. Tony Morrow, hey everybody, drip. Cole talking to the Drip Gardener. If we add up all this new dev team announcement, we'd have about 90 devs in the room at the moment. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of devs. This is my third crypto cycle. I've seen this multiple times before. These tokens just drag it out till a bull run. Feels like deja vu. Yeah, I do believe drip is a bull run token for sure. And because of the way the contract's written, it will be here in the bull run. It's just like a miner, basically, but with more sustainability and better tokenomics. So miners will always be in because, well, miners actually have less likelihood of surviving because they're like BNB in, BNB out. But with drip, you're putting BNB in and you're getting a made up token out, which means this contract can print that made up token until perpetuity, like trillions and trillions of tokens, if that be the case. So 100%, it will be here as long as Binance Smart Chain is running. And that means in the bull run, I believe it will perform just fine. Question is, what will the price action be by that time, and how far down the rabbit hole will we have to dig ourselves out? That's the issue. So I'm not doubting the sustainability of the actual token itself and the contract and the drip network itself. It will be here, but the people that have gotten in, and by that time even more would fall off for sure. And then of course, if you fall off by that time, your max wallet and all the other people that got in early that have 5 max wallets now, they're going to have by that time 20, 30, 40, 50. It just keeps going and going and going. So it will kill any likelihood of, like, I don't want to say new people, but because new people still get in, but they're not going to ROI. Let's put it that way. If it continues to drag out at this clip with no development and no hopium from the community and no new projects that actually inject capital, then the price action continues to go down because every person becomes 3.6x leverage on the token, and they're not putting any more in. Case in point, I've made my first max wallet. My second one maxes out in about 70 days. The third one, about 150 days from there. So that means I'll have 3 max wallets before the end of the year. I got my first one in February. I can now have 3 from the one. So, but I haven't sold any drip. And there's on that, and there's other people that have done the exact same that did this way before me. So all these people that are able to build these max wallets, they're the ones that benefit. And the people that I showed you, like on my team, that have tapped out, they're the ones that get hit upside the head. And they're the ones that are going to be like, drip is a scam, when technically it's not. It's just normal price action from an asset, buy high, sell low. That's what people are doing. But those people will be the ones that will be the most wrecked. So you're going to end up wrecking, like I said, right now, about 70% is tapped out. By that time, if we pushed all the way to the bull run, I'd say, like, man, there'd be some casualties along the way. 80 to 90% will be tapped out. So I don't feel that. I feel that's unfair. I can't make people stay in, but damn, that would hurt for me to see all these people that followed me and then they're wrecked, and essentially they become exit liquidity for everybody else, myself included. So that has just got to be honest and transparent, and I don't want that to happen. So that's why we as a community have to do something about it, in my humble opinion. Drip Gardner, yeah, pretty soon there will be no devs left to work on other projects. Hey, if we get all the devs in drip, cool, then we should be able to push stuff out at a rapid clip every other week or every other month, as Forex said. Cole, the Drip Gardner, you've got to be kidding. This is a special level of insane. Excuse me. It'd be fascinating to be a fly on the wall when Ray talks to Forex. So weird. Yeah, I've heard of some of the stuff going on in the what do you call that? Who are those people? The Reap DAO. And I've heard some of the sentiment and stuff like that. So, and I've also heard from other devs that echo different sentiment from what we are told out front. I can't say exactly what that is because that's hearsay, right? So I'm getting it from them, and they were the one on the receiving end of that. That's why I would love to find out from some of these other devs, but none of them want to address it. I don't get it. I think we just live in a weak society. I have no idea who these people are, but me personally, again, like, let's just say I was a developer and I came and pitched a project, and you brought me on the team, and I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. So my skills may be a fraction of how great you are as a developer, but I'm doing my best. I'm doing everything I can. And then at the end of it, I don't get paid because the previous development payment model was you were paid at the end. So that means you could put in hours and hours on end. I can tell you that for certain. Right now with my team, I check in with them twice a week, Change 360 in the Crypto Ranch. And of course, they have real jobs because I'm not paying them. Because why? I'm not getting paid. And we haven't launched the project and we're not made any money off of it. So these guys are putting in work, checking in and giving their time. And they have real lives. They have things that are going on. They have people from their family. They go in the hospital. They get sick. They have whatever, all this stuff going on, right? On top of them putting in their volunteer hours to work. Now, let's just say we're doing that as a team and then we get fired because our work is not up to par with the person we're working for. I would have some very choice words for said person. I would want my story heard versus my name being dragged through the mud that I'm a crap developer, or I forgot what he said in one of his other, I clipped it or screenshotted it, but yeah, it was literally for the the Ooze developers. You like said they were shit, or those guys, I'm sorry, they suck. Those guys suck. It's like, damn, dude. Like if I was the Ooze developers, I would have something to say, but they just quietly sit in their room and just go back to developing. They don't want to stand up for themselves or shed any light on anything or give the other side of the story. That's why I have to give respect to Zach at Bitfighters. He put his side of the story out there. Now, you don't have to believe it, but at least we have another side. All we've ever been getting force fed is one side of a narrative. So I give kudos, throw flowers at the feet of people that actually stand up for themselves and share their side of the story, their perspective, because at least then the community can decide, what's in between, what the truth is. And Zach is the first developer that I've heard, first person from the negotiating table, I should say, that come out and say, here's what happened. And I saw the receipts on that as well. And I shared those. They were in his Discord, so you can see them as well. So at least from that perspective, we did have one person give us some validation on some of the activity behind the doors. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Damn, I got a lot to catch up on. I gotta quit talking. Where are we at? Shit, you guys. Damn, I missed a lot. I gotta jump through this. Glad to see you guys are active, but I can't go through each person to be like super long-winded. Where are we at? All right, do the core and everything. Drip. The gardener be add up. Yes, got that. Yeah, pretty soon there will be no devs. Yep, got that. Hope all is well. It's part of the game. At least we knew that was going on last Friday. I'd be happy to hear anything, even if less than sunshine and rainbows. I just want to know what is really being worked on. Facts, Scott B. Yeah, that's exactly what I've been echoing. At JB, did those tokens make a move when the run returned? I've only been in a bear. So that's asking about the bull run. Silence is the worst, 100%. Scott, that sows literally the seeds of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Like, you literally, by being silent, you are going to be doubtful and uncertain. Fear you can control because it's not real, but you will definitely have some uncertainty because there's literally certainty is giving you things of substance for you to bet on and go forward with. When you sit down in a chair, you're certain that it will hold you because it always has. It's got 4 legs. You look at it, you're like, yep, I know that. But if you've never seen that and no one ever told you that, you would question it, right? Army of some do if they survive by the nature of drip, how it was built. It will always go into survive. It was just a matter. Yep, that's what I just said. Facts. Illy View, this is a real question because I'm not a crypto expert nor a crypto vet. Does anyone have any idea as to what would happen if Triple D launches and BTC and BNB or the crypto market in general tanks? In general, we could still see positive price action. So we have a lot of liquidity locked up now in, let's go back, BUSD. So even if BNB and, so we actually have more in BUSD, 18%. So even if BNB and BTC tank, we could still see positive price appreciation due to the way the mechanics are built for drip. Now, it would not be as high. So if you just say BNB takes a correction from here down to another, I think the lows were like 140 or so, then we would definitely see a much cheaper drip price. But due to the fact that the liquidity is paired with also with BUSD, and the way the tokenomics work, we could still see positive price action with Triple D. It would take a lot more volume from that stage, but we could still see some positive price appreciation. The Gardener, that would be bullish. Working 10 hours a day, playing video games and trading action figure NFTs. That's what a lot of devs currently do. Scott, be a good PR community relations manager would keep the price afloat. I agree, man. That to me is screw getting more devs, because the people will be more accepting of delays if they're told up front what's going on. So I think a better investment would be to just hire a PR rep. Like that, in my personal opinion, would go much further. Someone that's willing to put out, like I said, once a day, like overdo it once a day on Twitter. Like I think that's easy to do. Doesn't cost much. Somebody can easily do that as a part-time job. They get a update from Forex via a Telegram message direct to them for 15 minutes or whatever, or voicemail, whatever. This person takes that, chops it up into little snippets, puts it out on Twitter, makes a short video of that information on YouTube, and puts it out on his Forex Shark calls. Boom. 3 different areas of social media, and once a day, every day at the same time. Dude, that would do plenty of stuff for the community. And God forbid that person could actually take questions back to Forex. What would that do? It's like, hey, here's some of the questions that came up on your Twitter. I put the top 5 together, and I'd like for you to give me, some 30-second clips or answers on these, and then sends that back out. Dude, that would be insane. I don't understand how that piece is missing. Actually, I do understand. I explained it to you guys. He is a product focused centric developer, and what we all are talking about is customer or community focused, and that's just not him. So it's not going to happen. Grayling Jones, I was saying this in the drip chat because we went from 1 to 2 days, 1 to 2 days to weeks. Yep, that's the way it goes. We will run in 4-year cycle up to now. In time, that will flatten out, but at the moment, everything follows blue chips. Facts. So yeah, we will get hit if Bitcoin drops. I got perma banned from the drip chat. I'm really. Oh shit! Damn, Drip Gardner, you got perma banned. You were like the most supportive and active that I had seen in the drip chat. Damn, they got you too. That's crazy, man. Sorry, what the hell did you say? At this point, I would bet that there are more of us banned from chat than there are still in it. Yeah, I don't know how there's still like 30,000, and I don't know how I'm still in there. I'm surprised they haven't kicked me out of it. One, I don't chat in there at all, so I just creep. But they have tagged me about Spritz and stuff, and I saw some videos or some posts in here. But somehow, some way, they have left me in here. Futters get clapped. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's basically a Ray fan group now. Yeah, like I said, to me, it's the global community we live in. So this is the global narrative. It's not just crypto. People do not have cognitive abilities to accept critical thinking. They don't know what that means. So they think it's better to just have an ecosphere of what they want to hear, and then that will make the bad man go away and everything will change. But it doesn't work that way. All you actually do is incite more outrage on the other side, and those groups get louder. And then people start to try to look behind the hood and be like, why are we covering this up over here? What's really going on? So my solution: gets so big they can't ignore you. Tori Morrow, agree. No one but Ray groupies. This sounds pretty bad, but I can't watch Ray. The excessive clapping. I've heard that from other people. Damn, DG, when this happened? Yeah, I said the same thing. What up, Crypto Boss? The guy calls Forex mighty leader like some kind of third-rate dictator. One of these days, someone will start a chat that is actually productive and intelligent. Ray won't know what to do then. I already have my productive intelligence. Actually, no, I can't say it's productive intelligent. I do allow people to have open communication, but all it really ends up looking like is like a bunch of like school kids arguing. So no, I hear what you're saying, Cole, but it will not be productive and intelligent because the energy in the space is far from that. So you have keyboard warriors in this day and age, so they will be the voice, and they will type out a lot faster and comment on a lot more things, no matter what the chat is. So, because you can't have one without the other. So if you try to have intelligent conversation, the trolls will come in. And then if you ban them just because they're trolling, now you're a hypocrite. So, no, I get what you're saying, but unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Mangoes, in my opinion, there are things in life you can control and you can influence, and things in life you can't. Facts, like a Triple D will come out. Why waste time and energy worrying about things outside my control? Yeah, I don't think anybody's worrying about it, Mangoes. I hear you. Serenity prayer definitely echoes in my head at this stage. But this is a community-owned, community-driven project. So as someone representing a portion of the community, the things I can control is collaborating with others, putting this information out there so people know about it, and then trying to be a voice and a funnel for the energy towards something of productivity and a means to actually support drip. If I would have tried to get Spritz launched through, actually I did. I can go back and show you some receipts from BP, from Ray, from others on the team that I talked about this, because you guys know, if you've been following my channel, I've been talking about this Spritz collab when I first caught wind of Spritz back in January. And I basically breathed this into existence, and I told them about it, and it got ignored multiple times over. So if I would have tried to go the proper route, like before drip got listed as an asset to be able to be sold on Spritz, it was blocked because of the taxes. I had to reach out to the Spritz team and try to find a solution, because the first option was, hey, maybe Forex can whitelist it and we can get some incentive buybacks. And I already knew that wasn't going to happen. So I had to go around it. And lo and behold, we now have a partnership with zero Ponzi-nomics and true utility. But that's because I didn't sit silent and I focused on what I could control and what I could change. I knew I couldn't change Forex, but I took it upon myself to do something for the community, by the community, and get it pushed forward without the red tape and dictatorship that exists within the ecosystem. I should start calling it ecosystem. Yeah, Ecosphere. I like that. Ray banned me because of something I said in my Damn, you got banned from saying something in your own Telegram. That's crazy. What'd you say? Everybody wants to know. Did you tell him to stop clapping? He had someone in there sending him in the conversation. That's crazy, because he was in my Telegram as well. And people were saying, actually, yeah, I did. I take that back. So Drip Gardner, I got banned as well. I think Lady Mania banned me, but Ray unbanned me. So he was in my Telegram and people were going in on him, and he was going back and forth trolling with them as well. And then like a day later, it was when I wanted to share those screenshots of what someone shared with me about the drip development, which is now 3 months ago. The Triple D, I got banned. Lady Mania banned me, and then Ray unbanned me, ironically. But then I got banned again, so I'm actually banned as well. But I'm banned from his chat, so I take that back. I'm sorry, it's not the same story. I'm banned from his Telegram, not the Drip Telegram. So, sorry, wrong story. Drip Gardner, you've got to be kidding. That is a special level of insane. It would be fascinating to be a fly on the wall. Yep, I think you said that before. Agree, it's all hype. I'm definitely a fan of Ray and Stunna. To me, they are some of the most important people in the drip outside of Forex. Hey, yeah, shout out to you, Slice. Everybody has their own opinion and takes this stuff their own way. So it all depends on what side of the aisle you sit on from any of the content creators. You know, that's the beauty of being in drip and having content creators. You get to pick and choose who you want to digest. I already know I'm not for everybody. I'm a tough pill to swallow, and I'm not trying to shove my narrative down anybody's throat. I tell people to unsubscribe and not watch me and thumb down all the time. But if you check the stats, check the scoreboard, Buddha, I'm outperforming all of them. Why? Because I believe that there is a reason people want to hear and see something different. So since I see that, I'm letting the data speak for itself. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Cool. Are LD and Little Dripper and the rest of the mid-tier YouTubers still in there? I enjoy those guys, but their tones have definitely changed in the last few weeks. Yeah, I don't know if they're still in there. Oh, LD won't go in there. Slice, what'd you say, Slice? I just missed you. Damn it. More stuff. Stun is interesting. Think it's worth noting how 100% tox. That's Slice. Stun is interesting. Oh, okay, cool. You're talking to Slice. I think it's worth noting how 100% toxic rate is for the community and new person hearing the way he yells and claps and bans. I can't say he's 100% toxic, Cole. I can't agree with you. I think he comes off to some people one way and to others another way. He has definitely brought people into the ecosystem, and people support him 100%. And he does add some additional clarity, insight to get things moved forward and stuff. So like I fed you guys, and I gave my Naruto example, I think we're just two different sides of the same coin. He goes about it one way, I go about it another way. But at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words, and he's brought a lot of people into the ecosystem, and a lot of people resonate with that narrative. Like Slice said, Slice likes him. So you can't fault some people that like that approach. You know, it's neither good nor bad. It all depends on what results you get and what kind of results you want. I got banned for saying the sell pressure at 32 cents is pretty strong. Damn, that's crazy. That's literally facts. Like, yeah, you can't make that shit up. It's crazy. But it's not crazy. I mean, we know this already. Yeah, it's probably Ray was dumping 13 wallets. Message retracted. Don't know what happened there. I fully believe he is dumping tons plus sitting on way more to dump. I'm sure anybody who got in early has a lot of drip in their wallets and their faucets. Joking, I don't know how many wallets anyone has. Yeah, we don't know how many they have, but we definitely can assume. Like I showed you guys how I'm able to build 3 from 1. And I got in literally at the peak, like, okay, right below the peak. It was 160, 190, and I got in at 130 and thought about the dip. I built a team, and now I'm able to have, before the end of the year, 3 max wallets that are paying out. Of course, the first one will almost be done. Maybe only like 4 months left on it. But yeah, if I can build 3 from 1, then imagine what these people that were buying at $3 back in 2021, like around this time frame is $3. Man, they gotta have tons. Why else be such a speech dictator? Good question. Thanks for your service, coach. I witnessed socialism firsthand in one of the Telegram groups. Someone was simply asking when Triple D is coming, and the influencer told them they were fudding. It's a joke. Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to create this stream. And because you should be able to ask these questions. You should be able to ask, when is Triple D coming? Why is drip down? What's the deal with the liquid supply? You know, is there a reason for concern? Will drip survive until the next bull run? These are questions you should be able to ask, and somebody with cognitive development, more than 2 brain cells to fire together, should be able to address them. As I said, this is an investment. Can't say that, SEC is listening, but people are purchasing a product, right? And they want to know how their product performs. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. It doesn't come with a community support, customer service. So that means you have to be able to go to what kind of customer service we have and ask questions. And if they just tell you for asking questions, you're fudding, and they kick you out, it makes no sense to me. Like, again, I can't change it. I totally understand the global narrative of the soy boys and everyone is a winner and don't hurt anybody's feelings by telling them something. I get it. I get it because it's happening in real time, and I know I cannot change it, but I refuse to sit by and listen to a bunch of crybabies, soy boys, estrogen hopped up. I don't even know what else to call them, man, but I can't sit by and let that happen. So at least in my community, my channel, I will allow for this information to be shared, like, and talked about. And even trolling, like, who cares if somebody calls you a name or says something? Like, trolling, like, as long as it's respectful. So definitely, like, no racial slurs and stuff like that. But you can troll. I mean, literally, that's what Elon Musk brought back to Twitter. And look how much better that platform is doing. You may not like it. You may not like some people's opinions, but stop following them and don't read their tweets. Like, you can't just, I get it. I'm not even going to go down that narrative because we're almost at the end of my 1 hour rant. That's bullshit, Zach. Yep. The real world doesn't work like that. How are we going to get new investors in? Yeah, well, actually, like I said, Mooner, sadly, the real world is moving that way. It's just, as that old saying goes, tough times create hard men create good times create soft men create soft times or easy times or whatever. Or, I mean, you guys know the thing. So right now we have a bunch of soft men, and we are just going to have to deal with that. And it's going to happen for about 20 years. So the real world currently does revolve around being super nice to people and not telling them what the reality is, or else you risk offending them or being intolerant. Either way, banned or not banned, drip is still dripping. Yeah, it's still dripping. That's about it. It's definitely, but it's okay to ask legit questions. Definitely, Armorous, you can ask them here and in my Telegram. Something isn't adding up now. Your content is the standard, but the gatekeepers want to paint a picture of Forex as mighty leader. Well, that's why we have this content, so that people can see all this. That's why also I put out all this stuff on Spritz, and I have personally reached out to all those content creators and sent them the actual information on this. So if you guys don't see them covering it, ask yourself why. I can't tell you why. I've given reasons of why they would say why they're not covering it, but this is literally community owned, community driven. No one gets a development fee. Nobody benefits from this. Even the actual rewards had to get removed because people were hacking the system. So even a referrer like myself doesn't get any of that money back. So all that money is going straight to drip buybacks. And of course, there are some people that will choose not to do this because they don't want to do the light KYC, which is fine. But to me, every single person in drip should be sharing this because of how bullish it is for the ecosystem. So ask yourself why some content creators will not share this. And I can guarantee the entire DAO has heard about this because I've gotten the receipts from people in the DAO talking about it. And I can tell you, I have sent the information from Spritz, the blog, the information before they launched about the launch date, all this directly to BP more than once, to Ray, to Crypto Mischief, to Stunna, to the mid-tier influencers, Utopian, Scott, all these people. So they're aware, guarantee that. So again, ask yourself why they choose not to cover. I can't give you the answer, but at least as GoGo9K said, something isn't adding up. So you ask yourself, if a community-owned, community-driven project that now has community-given and driven utility with zero Ponzi-nomics is not supported by the community and the other content creators, what's the real reason? I'll let you figure that out. It's still dripping, but if the value of each drip keeps dropping at this rate, the drips cease to matter. That's the point that a lot of people won't acknowledge. No, I agree with you. I told you guys that. I just mentioned that. Like, if it goes down, continues to go down, and we're waiting for the bull run, you're going to have pennies on drip, like fractions of pennies. And again, the only people that will make it or be still getting paid out is the OGs and people that had big bags that were able to compound and build teams and take those bags and build other bags, max wallets. Yes, boys. Cole, I can see Coach eventually leading the charge around here for a new, mature, intelligent chat group that welcomes new people. It doesn't hype everything without reason. It'll be a great room. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that, Cole. I appreciate the hopium and the sentiment, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. My chat room, like I said, looks like a schoolyard. There is some questions asked that get addressed and stuff like that, but it's still also just, you know, people making comments like fart sniffer and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's literally like a schoolyard. So I can't even maintain that one. But I let it go on because people need a place to voice their opinions. As long as, again, it's not disrespectful, I let it go. So you can jump in there and engage if you want to, but be advised, it is not mature. Slice, those who witnessed all the drip clone failures shouldn't have too much questions. If anything, trust was built, and I still believe in Forex, and he will deliver. Oh, definitely. The clones failed, and that's, again, this the community. So the community is what keeps drip afloat, and that's all it is. So those clones may have had better tokenomics and stuff, but it's all on the community. It won't survive without the community. A max wallet must have intrinsic value or none if of this makes sense. Agreed. Appreciate the answers. I'm tired of the gatekeepers. It is what it is, go. You can't do anything about it. I would suggest that if there are enough level-headed people in the chat, we would just overwhelm those kids of maxis without acknowledgement, encouragement. Yes, so Cole, that is the way to respond. And that's what I tell people on my channel. Don't feed the trolls. So people get upset and they're like, why don't you ban this guy? It's like, well, stop engaging with him. So yes, if you don't engage with them, then you can potentially overwhelm them. However, they're kids, so they'll just spam the chat with, like, you know, GIFs and JPEGs and stuff like that. So yeah, then you'd have to again block them because they're spamming. So it's kind of, again, hypocritical. They haven't done anything wrong. If spamming, I guess, could be wrong, but if they're just sending every once in a while random JPEGs and you got enough of them doing that, then the chat becomes unproductive again. So it's a difficult uphill battle. Go, there's no reason for Team Forex not promoting Spritz Finance. I don't believe there's a reason, but you don't see them supporting it, so there must be. Crypto, frankly, what's up? It's all getting ridiculous at this point, but I am not surprised. Yeah, none of us should be surprised. Bartertown up, check the stats. I personally don't vibe 100% with Ray and Stunna's style all the time, but if they have they have their role to play. I'm person in a very diverse global market. Their style, their message appeals to certain people. Agreed. I agree totally. Shout out to the squad. Bullish. Just now tuning in, just watched Mystify's video about the garden. That was fire. Definitely looks like it's the best self-refer. I agree. The meth heads. Yep. The meth heads are everywhere. Smash those likes. I appreciate that. Hex King Contractor. Mighty Leader. Ray and Center, both legends. Hate it or love it. Yeah. They have definitely helped carry Drip into where it is now. Like, a lot of us may not have even found Drip if it wasn't for those 5 people that Forex put on the team. I totally agree. I can't knock that at all. You don't have to like their approach or like them as characters. Same for me. You don't have to like who I am and how I deliver. And I know a lot of people don't, but I can see now, again, a year and a half later, when I check the vidIQ stats, that, as I said, this isn't, you know, shaming them or anything, but my channel is outperforming Ray, Stunna, Crypto Mischief, Crypto Kings, all those guys. And they have 5 times more subs than me. Some of them. 3 to 5 times more subs than me. So it's just a new day and age. People are looking for something else. Let's see. Solo Sport, surviving the digital age. I love Spritz so much, so easy to use. Thank you, Korean Princess. I agree. Ray is a legend, all right. It's the type of legend he is that is the question here. He's a legendary. I think of so to a lot of people. Drip needs to get over $1 so I can talk mad shit on the camera. That's exactly what I'm waiting on. Man, I would love to be proven right. Like right now, I just look like an idiot sitting out here every day making videos, trying to run the numbers and be like, yo, we can do this. and it's not. That's why, oh man, this is tough. And that's why I understand why some people just dropped off, man, because you just look stupid for the last year and a half telling people what Drip can do, and it's doing the complete opposite. It literally makes the Futster's Paradise group look like they 100% are spot on. Spritz are great, use it all the time. Yeah, Spritz is cool. Thanks, coach. I use your link. Ah, cool. Appreciate that, Crypto Frankie. It doesn't do anything at this point in time, but glad you used it. Been in touch with Spritz about starting in Canada, and apparently it's on the way. Really looking forward to it. Awesome. That's what I think everybody needs to do. They need to find a solution in their country. Maybe it's Spritz, maybe it's swapping like in the UK, maybe it's whatever the Australia has, and do exactly what I did. Leverage the community energy and get that collaboration on your own. And man, we will never have to worry about Drip price action ever again. What are your predictions once Triple D is out? Do you see Triple D causing heavy FOMO and actually outweighing sell pressure, or do you see it dying off after a couple months of hype? I see both. So nothing in DeFi will sustain itself. So we have a lot of liquid Drip to get through. And I believe that a lot of these people bought it, and the reason they're holding on to it is because they want to sell it with a pump. So a lot of these people got Drip basically under 50 cents. We'll call it under 40 cents probably. And what they want to do, I think there was a quote in one of the chats from this guy. Theoretically, he said if Drip gets above 50 cents, he'll buy another 250,000, he or she, and he's not going to sell it till it's $5. But the fact that they have it sitting liquid makes me speculate, because Drip is best kept in the faucet. And if these people are not putting it there, then that means they want to sell it on a pump, just like any other swing trading asset. So yes, I do see Triple D increasing the Drip price. But as I showed you guys, it won't take much, but there's so much to get through now. And not to mention people like myself who have drip sitting, not liquid, but in their faucet. They want to sell and take profits too. So the question will be, reference what you said, price predictions, how long? It all depends on how long it can look attractive and sexy. So as long as that stays, and if it's around the same time you start seeing positive price action in the global markets, then it could go all the way into the next bull run, like sustaining itself like at a small incremental clip. If we get a leg down, then it will definitely kill a lot of momentum and hype. You could see it as other auction assets, people getting in, and there was those contracts falling off. Like I showed you guys with Avarice, it was like 8-9 months or something like that. It did really, really well, but eventually it died out. However, we're different because you still have drip. So remember, this is just a layer on top of drip. So we all know that drip tokenomics will have it survive. So it's hard to say. I believe we could have either or. Depends on the global market area. Tony Morrow, this is exactly why I listen to you, Coach. You are one of the few that really do put the bricks in. Yeah, 100% appreciate that. I definitely believe in putting in bricks and smacking some of the other people in the head with those bricks. From Spritz to the garden marketing DAO, drip marketing DAO, but the garden, yes, you do the work. Oh, wait till we get this thing kicked off with Project Great Life. Man, his community is insane. The dude over with the Filipino multi-level marketing group that he built, those are some passionate people. He's been doing this for 7 years, and we're basically going to use drip marketing DAO to give his platform a voice. And we've got 1.5 thousand people in that group, and he has an insane conversion rate, 100% conversion rate. For every single person that purchases his product, they get a wallet in the garden, in the piggy bank, and in drip. So he walks them through. I don't know any other platform that has helped people get 100% onboarded like that, not losing a single person along the way. No matter how many videos you watch and stuff like that, and people hear about crypto, there's still tons of people that don't have a wallet. But this guy has 100% conversion rate due to the community he's built in the Philippines and the name he's built for himself. So, man, I am looking forward to see what Drip Marketing DAO and basically the Filipino Financial Freedom Group can do. Slice, I couldn't make drip music and be like halfway about it. I have to be all the way in, or I couldn't do it. Shit would sound stupid. we kind of drippy. Hey man, I hear you, Slice. Yeah, you have a voice and a way to relay the information. So even if you had some questions, yeah, due to your brand, you have to relay that in a certain way. I get it, man. I get it. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Facts. Drip is going to 1,000. You've been to Crypto Kings channel. I use SafeMoon wallet and has built-in fiat on-ramp, which works really well. We'll use Spritz for bill paying function though. Cool. Yeah, use SafeMoon. And like I said, man, just do it once. So you don't even have to pay bills or fiat off-ramp. Literally just bridge a bill over. So take your cell phone bill, bridge it over, and then bridge it to a stable coin, and then send it right back. And if you do less than $100, there's no fee. So if you don't want to use Spritz because you have a great solution, cool. Just do it one time and get added towards this, what do you call that? The 25K that we can make. That could be 100,000 drip tokens at current prices, man. Like people are sleeping on this. And I showed you guys the numbers. This could be so much more if we rally and we blow through the expectations of the drip team, the Spritz team. Dude, there's so much potential. This is just insane. You guys know I pulled it up. I don't need to pull it up again. You know the point. Keep the substance and critical analysis coming. That's all I can do, bro. Shout out to you, go 9K. Rick B, hey coach, have you been DCAing into BTC and alts during this past dump? Yes, I have an automatic BTC allocation and ETH that I set up on KuCoin. That's about it. The rest, I'm waiting on profits from my drip moon bags so I can do it. Coach, did you have issues with drawing BNB from Spritz to off-ramp directly your bank account? BNB doesn't get recognized on wallet, but ETH does. No, I've never had problems with BNB. Maybe that was a hiccup when you were currently doing it. Definitely reach out to their customer support, but I've never had any issues. I literally just off-ramped some BNB yesterday, as a matter of fact. I paid a bill, so I didn't do the off-ramp, but I have done off-ramp before as well. With BNB, no issues, because they're using a DEX. So all they do is send it to PancakeSwap. So it's weird that would have happened. So try a refresh, clear your cache, reconnect, and if that still doesn't work, they have great customer service. It's decentralized. So they use Uniswap and PancakeSwap and whatever the other dexes is on the other chains. Trader Joe. Are you having difficulty with the project because of price action of drip, or do they just like the garden idea? Of what project? I don't know what you're talking about, Cole. I missed the context on that. Talking about the drip marketing DAO, or are you talking about Spritz? Just like the garden idea. No. Difficulty with the project because it's probably because it's for me. And coach the Andrew Tate of drip community, the rest blue-headed destinies. Lunar, thanks. I called myself the Kanye of crypto because some of the stuff I speak goes right over people's heads because they think I'm crazy or just a futter. But I wear that with a badge of honor now because fear, uncertainty, and doubt is healthy. So that's cool. Crypto Frankie, yeah, I hear that. I've been using SafeMoon Wallet since it came out and haven't heard of anyone having any problems with hacking, to be fair. Nice. I honestly think that most wallets are okay without a ledger if the wallet owner is just hyper careful about things. Yeah, man, you got to be super vigilant for sure. Yes, the DAO. Oh yeah, the DAO is not going to get recognized because it's, one, not sanctioned by Forex. Two, I created it. So I can give you some clarity. Anything coming from me is not going to get massive support from the powers that be behind the curtain because it's me. And that's why I told even in Ray in the chat, I was like, that's cool. I'll just get so big they can't ignore me. So my goal with what we're doing with the the Filipino financial group, man, we're going to have that group already bigger. Like right now on the page, our page followers, we have 22,000, if I'm not mistaken, 22,000 followers. So I want to get that bigger than the drip community. And then I want to have more people onboarded onto the drip marketing DAO wallet underneath the garden than the top, whoever the top influencer is. So once that's there, you can't ignore the stats. Like that's my goal. And that will literally just be the tip of the iceberg because it'll keep growing. It's an entire culture of people. So right now there's 23,000 followers on our page. And these are real people that, you know, we had to market to get onboarded, and then they engage with our content and stuff like that. And then in the actual group, there's like 1.5K. So once that happens, once that grows, oh man, it's going to be a tailwind of insanity that even though they won't recognize me, the community will know. Just like the community knows I did Spritz. The community knows about the drip marketing DAO. The community knows that the garden is pumping solely because of putting eyes on the garden. I don't need them to validate me. I know I'm putting in the work and putting in the bricks behind the scenes, and the people that matter know. So I'm gonna just keep doing that. Coach, hashtag 2024. Oh yeah, me too. But I got out as soon as I saw my 35K of 20 billion token was going to go to shit. If I stayed with John Fake Caroni, and it was time for me to add a hard wallet to my crypto. Cool. Yeah, I don't know what that one's about, but yeah, I'm gonna end that there. I try to keep the stream 1 hour. Man, I appreciate you guys chiming in. We had some great conversations, and hope I gave some of you some clarity, some insight, you know, or at least express my own opinions unapologetically and let you all express yours. And if you're looking for a place to do that, I'm gonna try to do this every Friday. This is now my freestyle DGAFUD Friday. Don't give a FUD. I like that. It's at 4 a.m. my time, but I'm gonna try to keep it on Fridays, and I don't want to interfere with so it's my Friday. I know it's you guys Thursday, but I'm gonna try to keep this going because yeah, I'd like to have a place to communicate, share this kind of stuff, capture it, and be able to put it back out there. So thanks for you guys for tuning in, and thanks for the support, and all you out there that are doing your best. Appreciate you for doing what you do within the drip community as well. Listen whilst I am driving to work. Good to hear a balanced view. Appreciate it, Grant Brown. So that's all I got. I'm gonna sign out. Catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.
lift daily, and achieve your impossible. See ya.